When I was younger, I always felt like I could see things that others can't or experience things that others don't. Nothing like this has happened in about 8 years, but to this day, these 2 stories I'm about to tell you give me the chills. The first story happened when I was in 3rd grade. I lived in my grandparents' house with my mom and younger sister in one room on one side of the house and my other 2 family members on the other side of the house. We lived down the hallway to the right, and to the left, it led into the living room, and there's a mirror hung up on the wall in the hallway right before the opening of the room. This is an important detail to remember for the second story. It's a mirror! I've never liked that mirror, and I never looked in it when I walked past it. It honestly just gave me really weird vibes. Anyways, one night before school, I was maybe around 9, and I just got out from taking a shower. The bathroom was right across from our room. I went inside and got ready to lay in bed, and at that time, my sister and mom were already asleep. We always slept with the TV on since I was afraid of the dark, but it was an old VHS tape that turned the screen blue when the movie was done playing. I remember falling asleep in the middle with my mom on my right side and my sister on my left when all of a sudden I woke up feeling like I was alone in the bed. It felt like the bed grew in size because no matter how far I stretched, I couldn't feel anyone. Something told me to look towards the door because maybe they just went outside. Then I see my mom, oh my god, I'm getting goosebumps, standing in the corner of the room. She was wearing something different than what she wore to bed. She fell asleep in shorts and a shirt, but my mom now was wearing a white nightgown. No. The TV was now following blue and I could barely see her face, but I remember her pointing to this old camera that she was holding and smiled like she wanted me to. And as soon as I smiled, she just walked out of the room, no words exchanged. I thought nothing of it because I couldn't explain it. I laid back down and turned to my side where my mom was supposed to be gone since she left the room, but she was right there. My mom was sleeping the whole time. I remember staying up the rest of the night staring at the door because I was afraid that my mom would walk back in. When I told my mom, she brushed it off saying I was just having a funny dream. Oh my god. The next story happened 2 years later when I was in 5th grade. I had this really old LG phone that had horrible service, so my apps never worked. I only had this one social media, which was Instagram. Literally talking about the story again makes me feel sick. I feel like I'm 11 again. I was still sharing a room with my mother and sister, and we were getting ready for bed, but I sleep on the right side of the bed and my sister in the middle. Nothing happened that night, but in the morning, everything changed. I got ready for school as normal and seen my phone was blowing up with messages off of Instagram. I didn't think anything of it and just went to school. When I got into the lunchroom, my friends came up to me and asked me why I would send something like that to them. I was more than confused because it was multiple people coming up to me saying the same thing. I finally decided to check my phone, and when I did, I will never forget what I saw. I made a group chat of 50-something people, some random, some family and friends, and sent a video to them at 2 in the morning. When I looked at the video, it was me facing that hallway mirror I told you about earlier. Oh my god, I have goosebumps. I was smiling with my eyes closed, full on grinning, and in the video I wasn't holding my phone. It was the same lady that scene that I thought was my mom. Oh, wait. You could only see half of her face and hair, and I just remember screaming and throwing my phone. I remember begging my friends to help me and that wasn't me in the video. I ended up showing a teacher because she asked what happened. I remember her face turning pale, and she called my mom to come pick me up. My mom told me to show her the video when we got home, but the weirdest thing was that when we got home and I went to show her, I pressed the video and my whole phone glitched and turned off. To this day, my mom hasn't seen the video, nor has that phone turned on again. And to this day, my friends from elementary school remember seeing the video, so I know I wasn't tripping about what I saw. I never put 2 and 2 together before, but writing these stories back to back, I think it was the same person. I'm even more creeped out now. I cannot explain the amount of goosebumps that I have right now. It was really hard for me to get through that story. This is literally crazy. Like, it wasn't bad enough that first you saw the other mom telling you to smile for a friggin' picture where your real mom is sitting next to you sleeping in bed, and then she has to take a video of you smiling in front of the mirror and then